Hi, hello and welcome to another video. Today we are in GuoLiang village, which is located north of Zhengzhou, the capital city of Henan, a central province in China. This village, back there, is located 1,200 meters above sea level in the middle of the Wangshan Mountains, and it features amazing cliffs and valleys that were formed over millions of years ago. The village behind me was named after GuoLiang, who was a farmer. He led other farmers to rebel against Emperor of the Han Dynasty, and he subsequently led the farmers to hide in this high valley because it was so difficult to get to. They settled here and began to farm and build their own homes, but life over here was not easy. Perhaps the biggest hurdle to their prosperity was how secluded the village actually was. The only way in or out was a stone ladder that they had built. It had 720 steps on the side of the cliff, and it is known as the Sky Ladder. Through the decades, many locals died or got hurt while bringing produce and goods in or out of the village through the treacherous steps on the cliff. To give you an idea of just how dangerous the Sky Ladder is, the widest step is 1.2 meters, but the narrowest is only 40 centimeters wide. Now imagine carrying 100 pounds of corn, edging this cliff and trying not to hit anything that is going to push you out of the wall to your death. Only for 8 yuan, which was the selling price at that time for that much corn. One day, after much deliberation by local leaders within the village, they decided to build a footpath cave into the face of the cliff and along the contour. The year was 1972 and the month was February, when this enormous undertaking got started with only 13 workers and a few tools. The tools were mainly picks and hammers that were made locally in makeshift furnaces. Over the years, many others joined in these efforts. Some were engineers, some were workers, others donated food or money or tools or even dynamite in order to help the process of building this road. One of the first tasks was to rappel down the face of the cliff to open holes with a small pick and hammer, then set the explosive inside that hole, light it up, and then get pulled up before the blast. This was all too dangerous a task. The risk of falling rocks crushing people or even falling over the edge was extremely high. Here in the village, everyone knows the story of Wang Huatang's death, one of the several locals who perished during this endeavor.
我叫王春莲，这个瓜壁公路就是我爸爸王怀堂设计的。我现在就是在经营我们这个民宿，名字叫明园楼。就是我们老一辈以前很早以前，老一辈人都是挑担和背，就没有出山的路。可以说，我们山上的就是老一辈人，生病了也看不了医生，然后小孩上学也没有求学的学校，就是包括咱们就是山上的野果之类，就是能卖个钱，但是没有路，没有出路，也是荒废掉了，所以说就这样，我公公食品县，就是下决心带领了我们郭梁村的村民，然后就是苦干了5年零2个月，把我们这个现在这个郭梁洞就是瓜壁公路，凿通了。但这个路凿通以后，就可以说，我们郭梁村整个就是改变了翻天覆地的变化。可以说就是，现在也有汽车了，也我们，咋说吧，也，每家每户就不管大与小，都搞了这个农家乐。 像我们这个农家乐吧，明月楼就是13年我们有2013年我们又重新就是拔掉以后又盖了一下，现在生活好多了，比以前可以说就是真正幸福了。对，还是从政府今年就很放宽了呀，今年就允许车辆入园嘛，在去年不允许车辆入园，现在就是车辆可以入园了，但是必须得报备，跟景区报备过以后，车辆可以入园，这就是政府就对我们就有很大的帮助。
At the moment of his death, the project came to a halt. Wang Huaitang was a respected leader of the team that was building the road, and he was a beloved friend and family member to many of the people who live here today. The villagers debated whether to get the project another go, and in the end, they committed to finishing the project to honor those who had fallen in the attempt to better the lives of the people in GuoLiang. After money and help and support from teams that had come from outside had run out, the road was still 8 meters above GuoLiang's ground level. Knowing that they couldn't simply stop at this point, they doubled down their efforts in producing goods and selling produce, as you can see right here, to finance the rest of the project. On May 1st, 1977, the project was finally completed. The road spans 1,250 meters long and can accommodate up to 2 vehicles in some areas of the road, which leads to some traffic jams in those areas where it cannot hold 2 cars. An important note, this road is only open to cars from the village. Tourists like us must drive along the other cliff over there, which goes towards Nanping village. And believe me, that road is just not suitable for RV trailers. So we decided to stay at Mrs. Wang's hotel, which can also be found on Ctrip if you want to book a room. Several other tourist features have been added to the village, like the Heaven Pool Spring, the White Dragon Cave, a film studio where dozens of movies and TV shows have been shot, as well as many hotels. Tours are also organized daily in shuttle buses that drive visitors up the road to the village for a small fee. Only a few decades ago, the villagers from GuoLiang had no easy access to the rest of the world, and vice versa. But through the hard work and the determination of these villagers, today, GuoLiang and its surrounding mountains boast a 4A rating by China's Tourism Association. To give you an idea of just how popular this place is, before COVID, on May 1st, 2015, the village received up to 100,000 visitors on that one day alone. GuoLiang has truly earned its 4A ranking as a tourist destination in China. The fact is, COVID has not been kind to the businesses and the people in GuoLiang, but the people of this village have the grit and the will that can overcome even the toughest of challenges. So when China finally opens back, make sure to visit GuoLiang, walk through its paths, meet the locals who will very surely share with you the stories of their hardships and their successes. And above all, come here to be amazed at the breathtaking views of the cliff from inside the cliff and outside of it. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content of our channel, consider subscribing. If you do that, don't forget to hit the bell button to be notified whenever there is a new video out. And remember, if you want to support the work that we do, make sure to hit the link in the description down below to buy us a cup of coffee or use the QR code on the screen. And until we see you again, are we there yet?